Welcome back, YouTube. Today we are playing more PioFiore. We are finishing out Gil's route. Which ending did we get on our blind playthrough? You'll see. You can watch me play live on twitch.tv/Pinker NeonNova. Enjoy the video! Aside from Roberto, there were a few other officers accompanying them. Oh, that's too loud now. He was attacked on the street, and we just managed to save him. About Nicola Francesca. He was with Oliver just before he was attacked. His gun was found at in the Falce district. I can read today. Oh my god. This is always what happens to me after I work and then I come home and stream is I forget how to read. It happens a little bit. Because at work at the customer service factory, I just run on autopilot and I don't think about reading. Like that. Right. All right, let's do this. Okay, so the one with the eye patch is the man we're in love with. His name is Gilbert. We love him. Along with traces of blood. I see. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart, for saving Oliver. Grazie, Roberto. I'm doing practice runs and I can't even beat the AI scabs. You can do it, Matrim. I believe in you. I simply did my job as the police. There's no need to thank me. Shut up, Roberto. Until the trial is over, you should all be careful. You'll get better. You'll get better, Matrim. Roberto muttered his warning, turned his back to us, and left the lounge. Oliver, let's go to the hospital this instant. We need someone to treat you. No. The hospital is less protected than the manor. I can't die until the trial ends. Oliver, you're so manly. I love you so much. Oliver. Seeing him endure the pain with such strength made me bite my lip and fall silent. I'm calling for a doctor. Sorry, but can I leave the first aid to you? Yes, I'll treat him right away. I appreciate it. If we could start with icing my face. Yes, all I want to do, Oliver, is touch you. You're not even a love interest in the game, and you're my favorite. I love you so much. Stupid game. Hi, Cole. How are you? Oliver's gonna let me touch him. A lawyer showing up at the trial with a swollen face. I'll be the laughing stock at court. You're gonna be in lurk mode? Okay. Touch the Oliver. I'm gonna touch him so good. Yes, I'll get some ice. Oliver joked, as if to buoy his strength, and I did as he asked. About an hour passed since I administered first aid. A doctor arrived and examined Oliver's wounds. The doctor said his life isn't in danger. Thank God. It was a blessing amidst tragedy. I was so relieved that I put a hand to my chest. Oliver was insistent on doing a final check for tomorrow, so we had to force him into his room. I came across Gil in the hallway. Gil, are you going somewhere? I'm going to see Dante. About Nicola and our next steps. It's not something we can do over the phone. Please let me go with you. Leo! We don't know if your underboss is safe or not. Of course you can't just sit still, huh? Sure, Leo, come with me. Thank you so much, senor. I want to go too. I looked Gil straight in the eye. Honestly, I don't want to take you outside in a situation like this. It'll be cold out. Don't forget your coat. Thank you. I'll go get it right away. I nodded and rushed over to my room to fetch my coat. Cole, I have something to show you. Hold please, everyone who's watching this. Did I save that? I need to do it again. It's the CGs we got last time. So this is beautiful Mr. Gilbert. That's chin, yeah. And this is beautiful Mr. Gilbert putting an earring on us. And this is beautiful Mr. Gilbert watching us sleep. So handsome, so sweet. And we got our kiss. It's very sweet. Ma 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 ma. Ma 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 ma. I just wanted to show you those because you weren't here last time that I played. And they were very good. All the Gil CGs are very good, I remember. If I remember correctly. Dante. We were brought to his office, and Dante was waiting for us with a very serious look. I received this just a moment ago. Ah! It's Nicola's shirt covered in blood. This is Nicola's. What had been delivered to Dante's desk was a jacket that looked familiar. There were spots of blood here and there, and I felt myself becoming nauseous. There was no request from the culprit, but it's obvious what they wanted to say. They want us to stay away. They want us to stay away from the foul zone. That's right. I'm certain they're demanding that we separate from the Visconti if we want Nicola back. Don't hurt him. I'm not so torn up about that one. Ugh. I can't I can't tell you what to do in this situation. All I can say is, even if the foul zone withdraws, I won't be mad about it. Dante sighed, then looked at Gil with a somewhat distraught expression. Don't underestimate me, Gilbert. His eyes turned sharp, and he continued in a low voice. That night, I told you at the church, we will cooperate with the Visconti in order to protect Berlone. But boss... Don't comment on a decision I made, Leo. That is how we operate as the Mafia. You should know this by now. Hearing Dante's final answer, Leo started to tear up as if he couldn't stand it. There's no guarantee that Nicola is alive. And just because I back off doesn't mean they'll simply give Nicola back. You sure about this, Dante? Stop pressuring me, Gil. I will never fall for a threat like this. Oh, baby. From the day I was called to the Mafia, I have been prepared to kill and be killed. Same goes for Nicola. That's why I'm not going to reverse my decision. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I accept the Falzone's decision. Gil spoke clearly and without hesitation, turned around and walked towards the door. Leo and I followed suit. Stream Elements, why did you just post that? Okay, Stream Elements. As the door was about to close, I turned back around and saw Dante, left alone in his office, gripped the bloodstained jacket tightly in his hands. The next day, as scheduled, Gil's trial was about to begin as at the Arca courthouse. Gil, Oliver. I sat in the spectator area with my hands folded in prayer as I watched on. The jury and the judge entered the courtroom. On the defendant's side stood Gil and Oliver. The prosecutor sat on the opposite end. I'm sure it'll be fine. Judgment. Whoop. Others. Director, that man in questioning still isn't talking. What would you like to do? Hmm. Director, it's almost time for the guests to arrive. We're going to have to take care of him. Understood, Director. Hey, don't take care of Nicola. That's rude. Let me do it. He's only killed me a number of times. It's fine. I get we're on the same side, but my turn. Water. Now I must prepare to welcome our no, now I must prepare to welcome our guests. I'm sure it'll be fine. Leo, who was sitting next to me, whispered to cheer me up. Right. Let's have faith in them. It's starting. I, Gilbert Redford, vow to the ever knowing God that in this court I will only speak the truth with no false testimony. With his hand on the Bible, he was sworn in. His confident stance looked so dependable that it eased the anxiety I felt in my heart. The defendant is charged with counterfeiting American dollars and distributing them. The Visconti imports many items from America. Most of the payments are in dollars, rather than the Italian lira, and they have produced counterfeit American dollars. Speculation. Objection. Ow! I wish to question the defendant, Gilbert Redford. Did you have any need to create counterfeit bills? No, I really don't need dollars. What's your reasoning? Even if our trade partners are American, why would I need dollars to pay them? What? Our transactions aren't limited to the dollar. Your Honor and the jury, please refer to the documents in front of you. This is the account book of the Visconti over the past few years. Dollar transactions make up only 10% of overall deals. In actuality, they did often trade in American dollars. But it seemed Oliver recreated the account book to support their case. 'Cause he's a sneaky lawyer. Also, look, the husbands are working together. My husbands are working together. He anticipated the prosecution's claims and supplied evidence to refute it. Think about it. In making large purchases for American goods, no less. Do you think we would pay in cash? With known dangers along the way, would we board a plane to America with large sums of money to buy goods for trade? Senor Redford, is that how you make your purchases? No, it's too dangerous and inconvenient to walk around like that.
It's also heavy. Gil shrugged and spoke with confidence. I heard people snickering around me. Just as Oliver hoped. I remembered what Oliver shared with me last night as I was treating him. The Kingdom of Italy uses the jury system. Ordinary citizens with no legal knowledge. We have to talk in a way that anyone could understand and behave with the goal of getting the general public on our side. If they're on our side, naturally, we'll have an advantage. In that regard, Gilbert is very charismatic. Unless something unprecedented happens, things should go well. I felt to a certain extent that Oliver was saying this as if to convince himself. Oliver must be nervous. I don't think he is. Considering how well liked the Visconti is in this town and the mafia in general is in this town, like a jury of their peers and ordinary citizens are going to be like, yeah, mafia good. This is fine. I'll be okay, Oliver. If it's you and Gil together, I'm sure it will go well. Mm. Whenever we make a purchase, we always go through the bank. It should be all on record. Objection. But you still can't say they've made no cash purchases. Well, I do pay in cash for things like food, of course. Thank you so much for the follow, Chillin' Spree. Welcome on in to my cozy, comfy, warm stream. Hello. Welcome in. To welcome to being a part of the Little Voidlings. I hope you enjoy your stay. This is chill. Am I allowed to smoke in here? Yeah, you are. It's okay. Just don't blow it in anyone's face. Gelaterias in Creta don't take checks. Don't mind my bad sexy man voice. That's what we're doing tonight here as we play an Otome game. Oh, the potheads. Never. Perfect. Okay, where was I? Gelaterias in Creta don't take checks. However, for large purchases, I get nervous if I can't go through the bank. With cash, I'd forget how much I bought. I will say the Visconti's financial records are perfect. They are meticulously managed by yours truly. Oliver, are you an accountant as well as the lawyer for the Visconti? What the hell? Why are you literally the best person in this game? The most talented mafia member? Stop it. I love you enough. I'd like you to take a look at the Visconti's tax documents I've provided. It shows that the Visconti has no secret funds, right? You can look us up however you want. You'll find blah blah blah. you'll find that we're completely clean. However, even if they were to do deals through the bank, within Berlin, they could be negotiating directly and accepting cash payments. I see. It appears the prosecutor doesn't understand how the mafia does business. Oliver nodded calmly and pushed his glasses back on with a finger. Oh, casino. Oh, you just took me there? Dante Falzone. Some time had passed since the trial began. I was in the casino. My, welcome, Signor Falzone. It has been a while since you've visited our establishment. I'm so happy to see you after such a long absence. Never mind the formalities. Hurry up and take me to the room. Oh, you don't seem to be doing too well. Is something the matter? Would you like me to bring you something warm to drink? Dante ignored the director and walked over to the back room. The men were already waiting there. You made me work this time, Paris. Oh, come on. The Valzone has been taking care of my family since your father's generation. This is nothing. I appreciate it. I will repay this debt. What are you two doing? Oliver nodded calmly and pushed his glasses back on with a finger. Of course, there are times the Visconti imports goods and pays for their purchase. However, the majority of the Visconti's business in this town is acting as an intermediary for safe, prompt transactions. Isn't that right, Redford? That's right. If the trade is a success, our clients are happy and sometimes pay us in cash as a form of appreciation. Just got a call from work. I'll leave you up on my PC. Hope you have a great stream. Okay, thanks so much, Matram. Have a good evening at work and be safe. Stay warm. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, well, this time of year, warm is impossible. I get that. Us Canadians don't know the meaning of that word, but be safe. Uh, The prosecutor gasped and gulped. In most deals, the Visconti is on the side of being paid, not the side of paying. So, do you think when we receive their money, we then return their money in counterfeits? Redford, do you have any recollection of the Visconti doing such a thing? Not at all. Besides, I don't have any counterfeits to give them. The people we deal with aren't dumb either. They'd be too suspicious to accept them. Oh, Gil, I love you. This is such a good route. It has mystery, it has intrigue. So good. Prosecutor. But as a mediator, you do handle their cash, don't you? Wouldn't you be able to mix in some counterfeit money with it? I see. You may have a point there.
Oliver nodded in agreement. The prosecutor sighed with relief.
Redford, what do you think?
The more important the deal is,
The more likely they'll use cash. Bills getting mixed in would be a problem. However, I can't say I've ever opened a briefcase of some money to swap them with counterfeit bills. There'd be no point. That's just sophistry. It's true that counterfeit money is being circulated. If you're going to say that much, would you be able to show us? If that's the case, by all means, let's have a demonstration here to prove your point. Yeah, it would really help me with swapping counterfeits in the future.
Gilbert, you're so bad. Not only were the spectators laughing, but now the jurors were starting to chuckle. However, a third party on your side would be able to deal with the counterfeit bills. I'm certain the Visconti's trade partners are capable of doing that at least. We've done our investigations and have found a few suspicious trades. Signor Redford. Signor Redford, do you have experience with what the prosecutor is claiming? Not at all. Sure, it's easy for you to say that. Then why don't you show us proof? Of all people, you as the prosecutor would know that it's difficult to find evidence of something you didn't do. After all, he didn't do it. All we can offer is his testimony. He was sworn in with the Bible just earlier. He vowed not to make any false statements. No, I hardly believe that the Mafia believes in God. Anyone can break a vow like that. You can lie all you want. Gilbert would never. He's such a pious man. He's a good boy.
Then, let's call a witness. I've called someone who can testify that he is, in fact, a man of faith and moral character.
Is it me?
Your Honor, may we welcome the witness into the courtroom? I'll allow it.
I clasped my hands tightly in prayer. Oh, what's going on? We're going to the factory? What's at the factory? It's Yang! Yang is my true husband of this game. It doesn't matter what route I'm on, I'm always happy to see him. He murders me a lot, but we like a little yandere in our life. Just 'cause he's so good at it. I could see an old building in the forest. Hold on, I need some water to do this properly. All right, here we go. The outside walls were worn,
but the mechanical sounds could be heard inside the building. Uh, Yang? What is it? Who is this? Just think of him as a collaborator. He is here to ensure that the Lao Shu won't reuse the counterfeit plate for their own means. Is that what you'd call a collaborator? As we were having that dumb conversation, suddenly there was a commotion inside. It can't be. Have we been caught? We're fine. No one has noticed us yet. There's no animosity in how they're moving.
Yang, we're back. We cut all the cords coming out of the factory.
I see. Didn't I tell you to cut all the phone lines?
Yeah, but we can't tell which ones are the phone lines just by looking at them, you know?
I bet.
So we just went and cut them all. I'm sure we cut the phone lines too. Children, you're so cute.
If they cut all the electrical lines, the machines must have stopped working too. Since the machines all stopped working, the hired hands inside must be confused. Now's a good time. Go crazy in there.
They're gonna kill everyone. Yang, be good. Who am I kidding? Yang, be bad. Be so bad. Be the worst.
Silence. Silence. Court is in session.
There was a commotion in the courtroom, and the judge kept calling for order. There were no signs of anyone calming down. The reason being, witness, please state your name. With a slight blah, 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 blah. Burp, 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 burp. With a slight bow to the judge, he spoke in a solemn tone.
My name is Josef von Rosberg.
Name, Josef von Rosberg.
Bishop Rosberg. May I ask what type of job you have?
I am a clergyman of the church. At his response, there was more commotion. Mutters of confusion and curiosity echoed through the chambers. Bishop Rosberg was a holy man with a strong public reputation of for philanthropy. I can read today, you guys. I can do it. Gil brought up his strategy back at the church.
You want to call His Excellency? This day and age, we need momentum in the court. The key behind what kind of person we can call forth as a witness. That said, Bishop Rosberg is perfect as a character witness. Orlok, please, can you connect me with Bishop Rosberg? I don't think His Excellency is involved in other problems of this world. Not only that, you need to take an oath at the trial. His Excellency would never lie. The church doesn't want to lose Boulogne either, right? Berlin's a town that makes money. That's why the church cares about it. A portion of all our business in this church does, in fact, go to the church. Of course, I won't ask him to do it for free, and I'd never ask Bishop Rosberg to lie. So, could you just start off by communicating the situation to him? Thank you for taking the time to come to Berlin, Bishop Rosberg. Oh, we have such a good case. Let me get straight to the point. What is your relationship with Senior Redford?
Hi, Faye.
He has offered me many donations. He has offered many donations to the church. He is a devout believer of God. Con- that's not the word that was highlighted. Donation. A donation given in the form of land or money.
I'm pretty good. Just hanging out, playing my little gamey game. My boys are being little buggers, but I love them. Look at my perfect blonde lawyer husband, who's not a love interest in the game that makes me so mad. Yeah, the pretty boy game.
I'm going to enter this document as evidence. These are documents of all the donations the Visconti has made to the church. Hmm? The prosecutor saw the amount and his eyes grew wide. He was at a loss for words. He rushed to look at Bishop Rosberg to see whether the documents were real. My deep voice is nice. My boy voice? Just wait till Gil's on screen again. I'll do my sexy boy voice for you. Bishop Rosberg showed no signs of distress and sat in the witness stand calmly. In reality, he had not lied once. There had been donations made to the church for years. We do. We'll hang out and do something sometime. I think I have Genshin planned for tomorrow night. I don't know what I'm doing in Genshin yet. I missed my wife. I didn't get her. I missed her. Faye, I missed her. But that's okay. I did get some other mommies that I need to finish building, which will be fun. I think next I'm working on Ning Wong and Candace are the two I'm working on right now. In addition to that, Gil donated a large amount directly to the Church of Berlin. The advantage was now with the Visconti, both Gil and Oliver were in control. I know she's so pretty. I want the sapphic pirate lady. And then I need her purple wife. Chloridine? Yeah. So I'll probably save up and just wait for her to come out and then I'll pull for her. Yeah, Chloridine. I don't know how it's actually said. I'm not in that part in the story. I just finished up Inazuma. So I'm about to do the like in between part between Inazuma and Sumeru. I think that's the chasm. I'll do that some of that stuff tomorrow. And then I go to Sumeru and see the tall guy with weirdly long thighs. Alhaitham. That's his name. I'm so good at character names in Genshin. I'm so good at them. Yeah, Alhaitham. And his baby girl, Kave. His boy toy, Kave. No, that's his boyfriend. And then after Sumeru, then I go to Fontaine and see Daddy Worcester Sauce. Right? He's in Fontaine with the lesbians. And then after that, I go back and just 100% all the areas and do all the side quests. Listen, listen. I understand his name is Hrisley. That's a ridiculous name. So he gets a ridiculous nickname. Now you understand why I like Paimon so much because I also give people mean nicknames. Mr. Two Long Thighs and his baby girl. Oh, the lesbian comments. Well, they are lesbians. No, Cole, you deserve a nice nickname. You're number one voidling. One day I'm going to have to make a Discord server for the voidlings, and you're going to have a very special role in the Discord server, and it's going to be number one voidling or voidling number one. Yeah, the number one voidling. Listen, Daddy Worcester Sauce will be standing watching Navia and Chlordine look at each other, making googly eyes at each other, and be like, what's going on? And then one of the like magic children are going to be like, you don't understand? And he'll be like, understand what? And one of the children will be like, they're lesbians, Worcester Sauce. That man screams himbo energy, which means he's dumb. I don't know if he's actually dumb. That's the vibe I get. I'm dying. Doesn't like Navia canonically have a line like, "Oh yeah, I got a new lipstick. Do you want to try it?" For Chlordine, literally, she's not offering to lend her the lipstick. She's trying to kiss her. I saw it on TikTok. Listen, when I'm on my break at the customer service factory, I just watch TikTok. And sometimes I see a lot of Genshin on my TikTok. I don't judge it. And I see two female characters that look like they fit the sun and the moon motif, and I'm like, those two female characters need to kiss. You got a yellow and a purple female character, they need to kiss. That's like a Yang and a Blake from Ruby. They need to kiss, which they did. So now there's a Navia and a Chlordine, they need to kiss. Exactly. Two women should always kiss, especially women in anime colors. Also, one has a claymore and one has a rapier. They should kiss. One is earth and one is lightning. They should kiss. Two women exist beside each other. They should kiss. I'm a little gay. Okay, let's see the men who are in control. It's just a little gay. Just a little gay. Just a teeny bit. Just a tiny bit. I mean, it's not like I should redo all the colors of my overlays and just make them all bisexual lighting. Because some of them are, but some of them aren't. Like, what is it? We're not doing the BRB right now, but this one's bisexual lighting. Technically, my colors are sunset themed, sunset into dusk themed, but that also has some of that bisexual lighting. Anyways, okay, back to the game. Let's focus for a minute. The advantage was now with the Visconti. Both Gil and Oliver were in control. Male observer. Just then, a man who had been observing the suddenly stood up and left the courtroom. Leo. Nope, that's the girl voice. Remember, there's a girl in this game, just one. Leo. Hmm. Leo and I looked at one another and nodded. We moved to leave the courtroom quietly. Hey, wait. That's it. Hey, wait. Ugh. The moment the man tried to run, Leo ran forward and captured him. Hey, where do you think you're going? What, what are you doing? I've not done anything. We knew they'd send a goon over to watch the trial. Ugh. You're planning to notify your boss that things don't look good, but I won't let you get in our way. Good boy, Leo. You're gonna stay with me for a little while. You're so cute. Leo secured the man. As they walked off, Leo looked over at me and nodded. I nodded back and returned to the courtroom as planned. Suppress? What's going on? Oh, Yang voice, Yang voice. Don't be in a daze like that. It's dangerous. Yes, yes. Don't get in our way, okay? The workers still the workers had no idea what was going on. Some ran for it, and the others came to fight. Oh yeah, they're just killing all these factory workers. The twins didn't differentiate between the two and just plowed right through them all. Pew pew. Damn, what a mess. This is why I hate kids. Lee, these kids are more competent than you. Shut up. Lee muttered, and he followed them inside. For those brave enough to approach us, we swung our swords at them. It's the Lao Shu. They're attacking us. Why would the Lao Shu be here? Most of the workers were hired from Strano. Seeing that the Lao Shu made an appearance, even the aggressive ones ran out without a fight. Damn it. Hmm? I felt myself smile as I swung my twin blades and slashed at the men pointing their guns at me. The men dressed in black suits must have been given orders to protect this place. They didn't run and instead charged at us. Leave the runners. Our aim is the factory and those who wish to protect the plate. Understood. Better run or we'll kill ya. Len, he's dead already. Let's go to the next. Such weaklings. Really. Why don't you put up a better fight? Oh, I love them all. I love them all, except Lee. He kicked an oncoming person, breaking the machinery nearby. Freshly printed bills flew everywhere. Why can't you show me his face while he laughs? Please, game. I only ask for so much. Ugh, crap. Stand back. The men knew they were at a disadvantage. They turned and fled in different directions. Seeing the men run off, I was certain at least one of them were going to retrieve it. Orlok dashed along the machines as if flying through the air, then stood to block the men. I won't let you take the plate. Ugh. The men threw their empty guns, gripping their knives and charging at Orlok. But the battle was done in an instant. The men were all screaming and dropping their weapons. Good arm. An ordinary man would have no idea what hit him. Orlok accurately aimed for their hands, rendering the men incapable of attacking. Stronzo. One of the men dressed in black turned around and ran towards the back room. Wait, you think we'd let you escape? Get back. Nope. Get back, Lee. Lee heard me shout and stopped in his tracks. Everyone, outside, now.
Why? We were just getting started.
Shut up and get out. The stragglers were kicked outside without mercy. The moment we stepped outside the factory, a powerful explosion from inside the factory scattered debris in all directions. Get to the back. Don't let anyone escape. As the dust flew about, my eyes thinned as I observed the situation. Cough, cough. I saw a shadow jump out from the burning factory while coughing. So you were safe. Somehow, they took such drastic measures. Yes, given the situation, the plate was likely destroyed. I have the plate here.
Baby, I'm so proud of you. You're such a good little man. Such a good boy. He was indeed holding the plate in his hand. No doubt the original we were looking for. Yay! I nodded back and returned to the courtroom as planned. The trial was nearing an end. The jury all supported Gil's innocence, and of course the result was
Gilbert Redford, I find you not guilty.
yay! I did a good job. Thank God. The ages of anxiety we had endured were finally over, and we sighed with relief. Here's the sexy man voice, Faye, if you're still here. Gilbert turned towards me and nodded with the most confident smile. Smiling with joy, I looked back at him and nodded as well.
I'm grateful to you all, those who had faith in my innocence. Applause and cheers resounded throughout.
Nice. I do my best. I'm no man, but I do my best. Dante Falzone. As I chatted with Paris, I verified the time on my pocket watch. Noticing the gesture, Paris nodded.
Why don't we get going soon? Yes, of course. Apologies for taking your time.
Not at all.
Please contact me anytime.
After exchanging a short farewell, I saw Paris off. I sat down and waited. A knock echoed throughout the room. A moment later, the door opened slowly. Signor Falzone, I hope your meeting today went well. Your guests seem to have rushed back.
No, my meeting has just started.
Eee! Eee! Dante, you're being sassy. Just as I finished saying that, I pointed my gun at the director's mask. Oh, my. What have you brought today, Signor Falzone? What an unpleasant item this is. A gun does not belong in a house of entertainment.
Have I done something to upset you, Signor Falzone? Cut the act, director. Everything taking place at this casino, I've known for some time. But, Signor Falzone, you are aware that I'm from the Italian government, are you not? If I am murdered, I would assume that the government would intervene. Despite your position in the mafia, perhaps this may not end too well for you all. You seem to care a lot about what will happen after you die. That's gracious of you. Yes, yes. Of course, it's not my intention to cause you such trouble. You little liar! You're doing something sneaky, and I need to know what it is. Who are you? What is your stupid name? And why are you doing all these bad things? I'll decide later on whether or not I'm going to kill you. Damn, boy! That's cold. There's something I need to ask first. I see then. Might your question be, where has your right arm disappeared to? No. Oh, damn it. I thought you were going to ask who he was. Suddenly, the director had charged Dante. I quickly fired at close range. Close range. The director ducked away, and the bullet missed. If you kill me, be prepared to lose your clue about him. Wait! The director ran out of the door and into the hallway. Please wait, Signor Falzone. It seemed he was standing by at the orders of the director, and the other staff blocked the way. Despite their blockade, they had no weapons. Stand down, or I'll kill you all. Time was of the essence. I aimed at the man nearby and pulled the trigger without hesitation. Dante! Calm down! The man crumpled to the floor, and I kicked him out of the way. Those remaining realized I was serious, and as they hesitated, I ran out of the hallway. The people were united around Gil, sharing in the joy of his victory. Chapter 8. That's great. Well, that's that. We had no time to enjoy the victory. We ran out of the courtroom and headed straight to the casino. But freeze, Redford. Move a muscle, and that'll be it for your friends here. Huh? Well, a flock of men with guns surrounded us. You're going to die here. But if you follow our orders, then I will give you. Then I will spare your friends' lives. What the hell? One of the men smirked as he threatened Gil. Oh, your laugh is so good, sir. Hey, what's so funny? Boy, Are you folks predictable? There's no way you can outsmart me. You guys ready? Leave it to us, Gil. Show me what you're made of.
On his cue, the men from the Visconti came out of hiding and rushed forth. Do people just forget that Gil is a mafia boss? Like, come on. Come on, people. That's the men who appeared from behind beyond the smoke were all holding brand new firearms. As the men made space from behind them came a machine gun that looked familiar.
That's right. And this one here, and this one here is used by officially by the American Army. The heat.
Gil showed me back at the Visconti Manor.
I'm glad I bought this, but I haven't had the chance to use it. I'm dying to test it out. Thanks for helping me see how it works. Go all out, boys.
Ow!
What the? Hide! Hurry!
On Gil's command, the machine gun erupted and the men in black scattered about.
Let us through, if you don't want to die.
Ow! Ow! Oh boy, that's my man. With the Visconti's new firearm, the wall of men had broken, but they hadn't completely given up yet.
Kazo, no one said to watch out for this.
The black suited men showed signs of annoyance and hid behind the building, aiming their guns at Gil.
I warned you. If you're still going to get in my way, there's no turning back.
The moment Gil aimed at the men hiding behind the building on his right, I saw someone moving in on my line of vision. There's one more person hiding. Gil, your left.
You saved me, Pink.
Ah, he did. Thank God. Seeing he was safe, I sighed with relief. Despite the crossfire of bullets, somehow I didn't feel any fear. Rather than fearing the bullets, I'm more afraid that something's going to happen to Gil. The people of Visconti fired at the black suited men attacking them. As the gunfight ensued, we headed towards the casino. When we arrived, what is going on? Oof, casino's on fire, casino's on fire. The casino was engulfed in a bright burning flames, and black smoke billowed out. Someone's coming out. Dante appeared from the casino, which looked close to crumbling. Dante, thank God you're safe.
Yeah, I see things went well for you.
Dante looked more distraught than usual.
I managed to save some American dollars from the fire. I assume there are counterfeits amongst them. I also caught a few staff members who seemed to know about the operation. However, what happened to the director? After he lit the casino on fire, he disappeared. I had my men watch both the entrance and exit. No one has seen him. The fire is spreading rapidly. Under normal circumstances, he'd be dead. However, if there was a hidden escape route. Apologies. This was the Foul Zone's failure. I was the one who came up with this idea. Of course he'd have a backup plan. I wasn't thorough enough.
No, Gilbert, don't beat yourself up. He's a slippery little snake.
He tried to destroy the evidence. I'm sure he'd rig the building to go down easily if push came to shove. Dante, where's Nicola? I couldn't find any clues. I see.
The fire eventually engulfed the whole casino, collapsing the pillar and walls. Our questions were swallowed up in flames, and we watched the building burn without a word. No!
I believe this evidence proves that the defendant is the real culprit.
What? This can't be. There must be some kind of mistake. He's lying.
Call me a liar if you wish, but I'm basing this off of evidence.
The director's body never turned up. The evidence wasn't enough, so we couldn't push the matter further. We decided to implicate the man we bet against in the casino before.
This trial will end in a victory for Oliver.
I was sitting in the spectator area to make sure everything went well, but it looks like I didn't have to worry.
This man is a lackey. He probably doesn't know much, but it's enough. For now. We're going to eventually find the real culprit behind this whole thing. In the meantime, that man's going to have to be the culprit.
But he worked for the government, right? Then wouldn't the trial take long?
Yeah, I'm sure the military police will come forward too. The investigation will probably extend to the currency union.
It seems like so many countries could be involved.
They'll need to find countermeasures to save face. They may officially disband by next year or the following year. Well, we have the original plate, and we've detained both the factory and the casino. I've heard rumors that America will come up with a new dollar, so things will settle down eventually.
And so it seemed like the whole debacle had come to its conclusion. However, that day, Gil and I coincidentally bumped into Dante at the church.
It's been a while, Dante. Anything new? No.
Dante was still looking for Nicola. Nicola had yet to be found. His body was still missing.
There are no clues. However, he must be alive. He's not the type to die so easily.
It seemed like he wasn't really saying it to us, but rather to himself.
I'll also help you find Nicola. If I get any information, I'll be sure to send it your way. The more information, the better. Gilbert, I appreciate it.
Dante thanked him stiffly and silently walked off. I still felt guilty as we parted with Dante and returned to Creta. Hey, sis, Gil, Luca. Luca ran towards us smiling. My little baby recovered. That's good. He didn't die in this route. I'm so happy for that. This doesn't feel like the real ending, the true ending, the best ending. You know what that means? We're going to have to play the fast forward game. You seem to have made a full recovery. I'm so glad. Yeah, you guys saved my life. After the trial, Luca's fever went down, and he was able to leave the Visconti manor.
So, Luca, what brings you here today? I know you were waiting for us.
Kinda. I mean, the only reason I'd ever visit Creta is to see you guys. I haven't thanked you yet. Hmm? Luca had something behind him and offered it to me. It was a small bouquet of lovely flowers. Oh, he's gonna try and steal me away from Gil. I'm too old for you, Luca. Grazie, signorina. I'm alive today, and it's all thanks to you caring for me. Luca. Later. After I accepted the flowers, Luca seemed to blush as he ran off, laughing.
Looks like I spared the life of one hell of a rival, huh?
Gilbert, you can't be jealous of a child. Oh, Gil. I couldn't help but smile. I know everything didn't go according to plan, but I'm sure I was able to help out as much as I could. I hugged the bouquet that Luca gave me and looked up at the sky. Autumn was ending, and the crisp air hailed the winter. Cold winds engulfed Berlin. Do I see it? No! With the whole incident resolved, I resumed my life at the church. Gail told me that I could visit any time, so I often visited the Visconti Manor to see everyone. I visited the lounge again today. Gil was sitting at the table with quite a few documents in front of him. Gil, are you investigating something?
Oh,
Gil?
well, kind of.
Kinda. Oh, is that a map?
Hmm.
Hmm? Hey, Gil, are you listening to me?
I'm listening.
Liar. You're not listening at all.
Yeah, uh huh.
See, I told you. Ugh.
What, what the? It's you. When'd you get here?
Did you not see me standing here? I was talking to you this the whole time.
Yeah, I guess I heard someone.
Gil, What are you so fixated on?
Well, I was thinking about America.
America?
I love the town of Berlin. The city raised me, and the Visconti. I love my family too, but I'm still interested in America too.
America is your birthplace, after all.
Yeah, my father may have been trash, but without him, I would have never been born. I want to know Chicago, the city my father was so hung up on. I want to test myself in that town.
Do you have any memories of it?
I was still a kid. I barely remember. Most of my memories are from the rundown room that my family lived in.
He said that much and slowly let out a sigh.
Of course, I'm not going to do anything right away. I promised Dante I'd help him. So, this is in the far future. I guess I just I guess just one of my personal dreams. But I want to go someday.
Hearing Gil say personal dream, I softly whispered to him, "Will you take me with you then?"
Isn't that obvious? Why would I leave the woman I love so much behind? So when the day comes where I just can't hold myself back, I want you to come with me, Pink. Let's build a new future together.
Oh, Gilbert. Don't be so cute. Of course. With a gentle smile, I snuggled up close to him. The town of Berlin returned to its daily routine. I will never forget how many lives were sacrificed. Even then, we would still live on, dreaming of the future. The two of us, together. Aww, so cute. So we got the good end. But, but, we can do better. Or we can do worse. We can do worse. Give me a second here. Let's get the ending guide up now. Let's go. Gilbert Redford. Walk through. Boop. Minimize that. Tighten this page up. Put it. Nope. Stop fighting me. Right there. Okay. Boop boop a doop. All right. Now we're going to be fast forwarding through a lot. And I mean a lot. So, flashing warning for anyone who's watching. Yeah, there's no quick save data. How do I do this again? There we go. So the walkthroughs that I use to get all the endings are on atomekitten.com. Absolutely great for walkthroughs. If you need walkthroughs to get endings on your Otome games. I still don't know who this guy is. I know who Nicola is. I meant that other guy. I'll show you who he is in a second because I think that question gets answered when you get the good ending of, or the best ending of, what's his name's route? Gil's route? But we didn't get the best ending. There, here he is. I don't know who he is yet. I don't remember at all. A little bit of a cutie, though. Of course. Um, Fast forward. And give thanks for the day. Fast forward. And then anytime I get to something new, I will read through it for you guys. Huh? That's. He's already here? I need to hurry up and change. Buongiorno, signor. Ah, buongiorno, signorina. You're quite early. I suppose it's normal for life at the church. Well, yes, I usually do wake up around this time. I'm sorry. I only noticed you were here when I saw you from my window. My apologies. I seem to have rushed you. It's just dawned on me that yesterday I didn't specify a time when I was coming by. Oh, you're right. We just said we'd meet here. Yes, which is why I decided to arrive early. It just so happened I was free this morning. I figured I could pass the time in the backyard and wait for you to come down when you were ready. I didn't expect to be discovered so soon. Thank you, Signorna. Is this a suitable time? If you were available, I'd be happy to set off now. Why, yes, I don't have any morning duties today, and as long as I return by breakfast, it should be fine. Well, then, perhaps we can have a stroll along the shore and enjoy the refreshing morning breeze. That sounds wonderful. I accepted his invitation and we departed the church. It's so beautiful. The morning sunlight reflected off the ocean's surface like diamonds. A soft breeze blew gently through my hair. Taking a walk in the morning feels so good. It's not very often that I leave the church outside of running errands. That could explain why everything seems so fresh and new. Why don't you leave the church more often? Huh? Well, I couldn't come up with an answer. Come to think of it, I don't think I have a real reason. I suppose It's something I've grown accustomed to since childhood.
Seems to me it was a strict upbringing.
Do you think? I can't tell myself. I have nothing to compare it to. This life is all I've known.
For instance, if there was no such thing as the mafia here, do you think you could have lived life more freely?
Why do you ask?
I couldn't help but respond to his unusual query with a question of my own.
I didn't think of how I lived. How I lived would change much if the mafia weren't here.
Well, I just thought of the general safety of the town might have made a difference.
Hmm, I can't imagine what life here would be like without the mafia around.
Weren't you raised not to go outside of the Arca district because of the mafia roaming the streets?
Well, yes. I'm actually teaching the same thing to the children at the church now. Maybe that's it. Even though I'm older, that thought may still be holding me back. It's odd, considering I can do much more now that I'm an adult. Or maybe I'm just not good at enjoying my freedom to its fullest.
And that's why Berlone looks fresher and newer to you?
I suppose.
Hmm.
He went silent for a bit, then mumbled,
Do you like this town?
Why, yes, I think it's beautiful. The streets are pretty, and the people here are kind. I really do love Berlone.
Hmm.
Is there a problem?
I was just blinded by the sunlight. Or maybe I was just mesmerized by your beauty.
Damn! Who is this man? He's not one of the love interests. What the hell? Such flattery, senor.
No, I'm quite serious, Signorna. Now then, I'd better get you back to the church. We should go before the fishing vessels come back to shore to open the market.
I guess so. Something about his attitude seemed odd to me, but I couldn't bring myself to ask him what it was. Maybe we can meet again sometime.
If you so wish, I'm sure we can.
His words came out like a line in a play. I couldn't tell what he was really thinking. Regardless, we began our walk back to the church. Boop, boop, boop. I arrived in time for breakfast. I finished my meal quickly before heading to the church. Um, you're right, he's a nice person. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. It's unusual to see someone so young. Mission. Just keep smiling. Gilbert! Oliver! Gilbert! The love of my life. Ma 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 ma.
The other love of my life come to kidnap me.
They're fighting. The boys are fighting.
All the boys are fighting.
I run to Gilbert. He takes me in. And I stay with him forever. Chapter 1. Let the good times roll. We're gonna save. Boop. Alright, keep fast forwarding. Okay, be clear about it. It's delicious. Okay, where did I go wrong? I've made all the right decisions so far. Explain. I mean, I guess I'm only like into chapter 1 so far. I have so many chapters to make wrong decisions. Don't you think it's wasteful? Sure. Sup, chat? How you doing? Okay, why does this say optional save file? Oh, those are just for words, okay? Okay, so the only save file I need to create is where? Okay, so the one bad end in Gil's route is in the tragic end. I got it. So we're just going for the best end right now. And then we'll go back and do the tragic end afterwards. Got it. Fast forward. I have an updated report on the incident in the church and the battle between the Falzone and the Lao Shu. I received word from one of the men I snuck into the Lao Shu. It seems that the incident was Yang's doing. Supposedly, his subordinates didn't hear a thing.
It wasn't a surprise that Yang would take a risk like this,
しかし確証が
but
得
if
られ
he
て
had
いる
been
ならば
certain,
さらに確実な手を考えます
he would have chosen a more reliable
で
hand.
あれば目的は要す
In that case, his purpose was to scope out the situation
マル
and
ツ
see
に
how the
どう出
foul
る
zone
か
would react. The foul zone had no choice but to move. For Yang, even if he wasn't able to capture her, he was successful to a certain point.
教会にもそれとなく探りを入れましたが情
I
報を
looked
引き出
into
せ
the
ませんでした
church, but I wasn't able to obtain any information.
構いませんおそらく
It's
彼女
fine.
には圧力を
I'm sure
かけ
it's
ている
because the foul zone are putting on the pressure.
ビ
Yes,
スコンティの
sir.
情報は予想通りです
The Visconti are acting just as you predicted.
ポール・ローウェイと軍警察については
In regards to Paul Lowe and the military police, it seems that everything is going as planned.
わかりました
Understood.
情報があればまた知ら
If
せ
you
てくだ
find
さ
out
い
any more information, please report it to me. Okay. High-ranking mafioso under arrest. Military police leads investigation. Mussolini talks on ruling through force. Fascist party moves to decimate the mafia. Decimate the mafia.
ええそうですとも
Yes, that's
私は
right.
あなたの政策を
From the
心
bottom
より
of
支
my
持いた
heart,
しております
I support your administration.
全くもって
I
同感
completely
です
agree,
シニョーレ
senor.
マフィア
The
は
mafia
消滅
should
され
disappear.
現世の地
They are the scum of this earth.
これまで誰も手出しできなかった
Despite their
シチリアの
being
連中といえど
untouchable in
あなたに
Sicily
か
until
かれば
now,
きっと
now that we have you, I'm sure,
ええぜひご検
yes,
討願いたいもの
I
です
would like to see it.
あなたの
I would
責任
love to
告発の
see it
手腕
be
を見習い
completely
たい
purified. Woo! Damn, boy. Calm down.
では
Yes, we will speak soon.
期待しているよ
I have high hopes for you. We found the villain. Neom. But how did you negotiate, Oliver? I don't want to. I don't mean to doubt you, but
そうか
I see.
弱ったな
What a bind. Although I don't want to go, I suppose there's no other choice, is there? I don't want to be in the dark about about why they were after me anyway. I couldn't resolve anything just by closing my eyes and plugging my ears. I need to move on from this eventually. I can't stay here forever.
別にずっとここで
Personally, I don't mind if you stay here. I'd welcome you with open arms. Okay, slutty man. Hearing my response, Gil became really happy. However, his expression quickly turned serious and he spoke softly.
怖いのは当然だマフィアのカポが
I
集まる場所に
understand why you're
わざわざ
worried.
行きたがる女
No
なんて
normal
いない
person in town would volunteer to attend a gathering with all the bosses in one room.
だがあな
But
たは覚悟を決めてくれた
you've made up your mind.
グラッツ
Grazie.
その勇気に
Thank you for your courage.
心から
Of course, it didn't change the fact that I was scared.
But even so, I made up my mind. Yum. Boo 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 doo. Stay quiet. What? I was about to call out to him, but just before I did, I stopped myself. Maybe it's best that I pretend not to know him. He was my savior. Any reckless behavior on my part could potentially get in his way. I couldn't let that happen. I carefully looked around and could sense someone looking in my direction. Nicola. Nicola Francesca was looking at me as if he wanted to see how I would react. Our eyes met, and he smiled in a kind and friendly way. Gil swiftly stood, more serious than usual, and moved in front of me as if to protect me. Who are you? What do you want with us? Pew! Fast forward, more than meets the eye. This is where I learned about being the key maiden. Thank you. Thank you. Hmm? Gil's eyes were so peaceful. I felt like I could tell him anything. Today at the meeting, you told everyone you were going to keep me with the Visconti. I know that the Falzone aren't bad people, but I was still worried and scared. I was really happy when you told everyone that you would protect me. Mm, I'm Mafia too. No different from Dante or Yang. Aren't you scared? Staying with the Visconti? Gil, you're the one who took me in when I had nowhere to go. You told me that you'd protect me, even now. I relaxed my smile a little and held Gil's coat as if I were clinging onto it. Even without knowing the circumstances, you're always kind to me, so I'm not afraid of you. Mm. Gil looked at me with vibrant eyes and smiled quietly. I can't betray a woman's trust. Now can I? His tone was kind. Just talking to him, I somehow felt like I could relax. I smiled softly, and before I knew it, I felt so much better. And with that, we're going to watch these two meanwhiles. Boom. And then we'll be on to chapter 3. Oliver, Gil, Leo, Oliver, Gil, Oliver, Gil. Visit the foul zone. I made the right choice. Please don't apologize. Please don't apologize. You've been watching over me all this time, right? Thank you, Dante. Mm. I never knew my parents, but even so, I was able to live happily each day. And it was all thanks to you and the rest of the foul zone. I looked at him full of gratitude and smiled. So please, don't worry, I'm fine. Of course, I was anxious and scared. I realized I'd been protected all this time. Although it was an act, I tried to stand tall.
I now know why the stars chose you.
Shut up! Don't be weird! Huh? You do? I heard him speak softly, but I didn't understand what he meant.
I'm of the same opinion as Dante. Shut up, you don't know what you're talking about, you himbo. That smile's enough to break any seal. Sir! Gil laughed brightly and jokingly agreed with Dante.
Are you gonna go back in there and bang the twink? Will I have tea with these two? Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Gil, you're so kind. You stopped them so that they wouldn't get hurt, right?
You're giving me too much credit. For me, I just don't like fights.
Even if that's the case, that's what makes you so kind.
Uh, if you're on equal footing, you can punch each other out or whatever. But I just don't like bullying.
Gil's words were quiet, but I felt like there was a fire behind his eyes.
Using alcohol to hit people or make women and children cry. A low life like that deserves to be punched. That's all. So, in the end, I guess you can say I'm short tempered.
A little bit.
Gil gave a bitter smile and looked away from me as if troubled and fell quiet.
I'm sure he would probably deny it, but Gil has a strong sense of justice. Despite being in the mafia, or maybe it's because he's in the mafia. His sense of pride kept him from turning a blind eye to the oppressed and vulnerable. So fast forward through dealing with Orlok. Boop. I'm sorry, Gil. If only I could have told him to go away. Gil smiled, but seemed to have mixed feelings. He patted my head with his brow still furrowed. Huh? What? What?
The men of this country can't help but chase after pretty women they see. I'm sure you've had many men try to grab your attention, but I bet you just do what you can to push them away, right? Considering that, it's rough. You're doing a good job. In fact, you try too hard. When you're by my side, you can depend on me more, you know.
I'll depend on you for everything.
Not really.
Gil, his words made me happy, but if I depended on him all the time, when I return to the church, I won't be able to do anything on my own. I couldn't even bring myself to depend on him now, and all I could do was smile. Take a gamble. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-da. It's the church twink. Guns. It's my first time seeing them. I'm concerned about the Lao shoe. I want to say hi to Sister Sophia. Take a bite. Does Yang murder me in this route? That'd be nice. Checkmate. Oh, still the same dress. It's a beautiful dress, though. We love it. I don't mind. Yum. Gilbert being sassy with his hand on his hip. God won't mind. Celebrate good times. Come on. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. How about you, Gil? I'm concerned about Krita. No, we'll take her. It's all right. We'll take her back.
You sure? If she's lost, then I.
As Margot looked down at Sarah, she swiftly hid behind me.
Oh, come on. I don't look that scary, do I?
No, you're so handsome, Marco. I'm an old gentleman. Mwah, 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 mwah.
She really likes you. Maybe it's because you always play with the kids at the church. They feel like they can trust you. Really? Guess there's no place for me here. Marco scratched his head and gave a wry smile.
Pew! They're talking about the case. Fight, fight, fight. No, we'll take her. Blah, blah, blah. Beautiful earrings that he gives me. He tells me the sad story about his childhood. You must be a hard worker. Watch that meanwhile. You did that on purpose, Marco.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Yum. To tell the truth. I want to go out. Luca, my baby. I love him. And he gets sick, and then we take care of him because we're the best, and we're gonna adopt him and steal him from his deadbeat mom. Because that's what we should have done in the good route. You knew all this time. The cute kiss scene. Nicola and Oliver get attacked. Chapter 7. Hear me out. Judgment. I just needed to get to something new here. Casino. Because we're getting close. Factory. What the hell, game? Usually the last two chapters are different. What's going on? Suppress. It's only on read mode. Okay, good. So it's only going to fast forward through things I haven't read. Boom. Start. Bring it down. Okay. Chapter's different now. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take a quick little break. After the trial ended, we ran over to the casino and saw that a gunfight had broken out. Seal the exits. Don't let anyone get away. Leave it to me. There's not a single soul that can evade our Chicago typewriter. Chicago typewriter, the name for a Thompson submachine gun. Thank you, terminology. Kill anyone who decides to run for it. We need to seize control ASAP. Got it. The Foul Zone and the Visconti members were taking over the casino.
The casino staff resisted, and the gunfire could be heard rattling off in the midst of their yells. Things were unfolding as we expected. It's too dangerous to act before the trial. If they find out the Visconti is on the move, it will affect Gilbert's trial negatively. However, if Redford is acquitted, they will certainly make a move of their own. We've consistently been one step behind. Rather than wait, why not take the initiative in securing the casino and the factory? I agree with both of you. That's why I have a favor to ask. A favor? During the trial, I want you to both take control of the casino and the factory. We have no idea what our enemy has up their sleeves, right? But I know you guys can handle it. If that's all you need, perhaps I can acquiesce. I certainly won't be bored.
And you hate being bored, Yang.
I will secure the factory. I have been curious to see the artisan plate crafted by Wang. You'd better not steal it. Yang smirked but didn't answer. Orlok spoke up. I'll go with him. Your Excellency has instructed me to deliver the plate to the church. He's worried about leaving it with the Mafia.
That's probably for the best. A finely made counterfeit bill plate sounds like a recipe for a new battle. It would be safer managed by those who won't abuse it.
Then, I'll secure the casino. It would be best to go during the daytime when there are fewer customers. Going during your trial would be convenient. What do you plan for the director? It's possible he'll be elsewhere during the day.
And if he finds out his casino's under attack, he may disappear altogether.
So we can't choose another day when we'll be sure the director will be there? No. It has to be the last day of Gilbert's trial. We can't change that. We should make an appointment with him. That way.
The director will have no choice but to be at the casino.
Exactly. That day, the Falzone should book the meeting room. We'll schedule a meeting or some other deal. Who to invite? Let's make it a politician. That should pique the director's curiosity. You can do that? Don't underestimate the Falzone. We're connected to a number of politicians.
Politicians. Meh. Although I was worried about Gil's trial, the others would also be handling dangerous missions.
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. It's just, I'm worried. Dante, Yang, please be careful.
We will not die over something like this. We have survived many life or death situations. I also don't plan on dying here.
Besides, Dante has me. No need to worry.
I have faith in you guys. Right back at you. You better not be found guilty after all this, you hear? If that happens, all the rest of us will be stuck.
Remembering the words they exchanged that night, I couldn't help but look down. Gil saw me tense up, and he softly held my hand. The sound of gunfire had ceased. It seemed they had overthrown the casino. I looked over at Gil. We nodded at one another and stepped forward to go inside. Dante! Dante stood in the main hall with his gun pointed at the director.
Earlier than I expected. Yeah, Oliver did a good job.
The director looked at Dante, then Gil, then at me, and muttered.
Finally, the actors have gathered. Yang's already taken over the factory. This here's the end of your scheming. You chose the wrong person to frame. Did the people giving your orders not know that the Visconti has one a hell of a lawyer? Oh, that's a good laugh. The director seemed like he couldn't hold it in anymore and started to laugh. Perhaps we did underestimate the Visconti. The fault is mine. That much I shall admit. However, there was no one else who would be perfect for the role.
Perfect? The director smirked, with a quiet confidence.
It would have been unwise to frame the Lao Shu. A dangerous choice. You appear to have done your research. So then, you must know the Li Huan Hu is involved in this incident. Do you not? Yeah. If Yang was framed, the investigation may have extended to the Li Huang Hu. You could have easily destroyed your own source of income.
Precisely.
And the Foul Zone boss is still so new. Had I pulled him into court, perhaps it would have been easier to cook him. However, the Foul Zone is our main dish. It simply wouldn't do to deal with him first. What's that supposed to mean? Exactly what I said. You intended to target the Falzone family eventually. Because of that, Dante's blue eyes narrowed as he glared at the director. You chose to frame Gilbert. Yes, precisely. It appears the boss of the Falzone is sharp, despite his youth. However, I do understand. You're still unable to stand on your own 2 feet? No. You've lost your right hand. What could one do in such a state? All that is left for the Falzone is their inevitable demise. Lost my right hand. Yes? Oh my. Have you not received it? Did I not send you that memento? It was a little dirty, but I'm sure the blood of the deceased has some value. What the fuck? Did you kill Nicholas, sir? What? That's not allowed. Now that we're all here, would you like me to tell you how Nicola Francesca died? You bastard! Dante! Dante's gun lurched forward, but Gil stopped him in a stern voice. Calm down. Don't kill him yet. Right. I wasn't thinking straight. Clearly. Sorry. Sorry. Are you alright? Yes, I'm fine. The director didn't seem phased and still had a smirk on his face. Allow me to officially introduce myself. My name is Sebastiano Gallia. I am the director of the Berlin Casino. I was a lowly bureaucrat before I roused the currency union from its dormancy and gave it life once again. So this was all your doing. The currency union? No. Each country's Ministry of Finance suffered from weak currency. If the value of a globally trusted dollar fell, our currency would naturally go up in value. If both they and the country could profit, why wouldn't those in the government be happy to jump on the opportunity? Why did you do all this? Did you need money that bad? For generations, we directors. This is not Gilbert, this is the director. For generations, we directors have received sizable sums of money in exchange for hosting the Berlin Mafia. Was that not enough for you? Isn't it obvious? What I wanted wasn't money. All I wanted was nothing more than to see this land descend into anarchy. Oh, we love a good anarchy, baby. What did you say? Suddenly the ground rumbled, and the place began to shake. An earthquake? Hang on to me. Gil immediately grabbed hold of me as I was losing my balance. What the hell did you do? Dante glared at the director. It seems it has finally begun. Do you want to know why I've been talking all this time? Rather than ask, you should think to yourself quite hard. As the director said that, we could hear a series of explosions. He's destroying the evidence. One must always have a contingency plan in case of emergency. The rumbling erupted as fire broke out, and the hall was engulfed in flames. In a flash, the director turned around and disappeared into the back of the hall. Gil tried to run after him, but rubble fell from the ceiling in front of us. In order to chase after the director, we would need to find a detour. The fire's spreading quickly. Retreat, Gilbert. Just as Dante said, if we followed after the director, we'd be engulfed by the fire. But no, Gil.
It's too dangerous. Gil showed no sign of turning back, so I grabbed his clothes and shouted to stop him. Gil looked at me with gentle eyes. He put his lips near my ear and whispered,
I promise I'll return to you.
No, you can't. You'll die.
I'll be fine, as long as you're waiting for me.
Gil! He shook off my hand and, without any hesitation, jumped into the burning flames. No!
It's no use. Don't go, Pink.
Dante stopped me as I tried to run after Gil. A moment later, I was being taken out of the casino. The building was engulfed in flames. The men of the Falzone and the Visconti families worked together to extinguish the fire. As the smoke billowed up, the fire showed no signs of stopping. Gil, please return safely. All I could do was pray. I didn't even want to blink. I stared at the casino in front of me and suddenly saw a section of the flames flickering. Amidst the red flames, I saw blah blah blah. A shadow approached slowly. As the men began to take notice, they shouted and cheered. Thanks to their efforts, there were a few areas where the flames died down. And it was Gil who emerged. Gil! It wasn't just Gil. He was half carrying the body of the director beside him. Dante signaled with his eyes, and the Falzone men swiftly detained the director. I could feel my knees going weak. But as I called his name, I gained back the strength in my legs and ran to him. Gil!
I told you I'd come back, right?
Thank God. Gil's smile was warm and bright. I was desperate to reach out for him and jumped into his arms. He must have been surprised by my actions, and I could hear him gulp. I squeezed my arms around him tightly. I was so worried.
I know. I mean,
Really, I was really so worried.
I'm sorry.
I'm so glad you're safe. My voice was shaking, on the verge of tears, and I buried my face in his chest.
Pink.
Thanks. He put his arms around me, comforting me. Then he hugged me as tight as he could. After taking over the casino, Leo returned to the Falzone with Dante, and I returned to the manor in Creta with Gil. Oh, welcome back. Luca, you can get up now? Yeah, I'm fine. I got thirsty, so I helped myself to some water. Oh, what a relief. Oh, good. My child recovered. I'm so happy. It wasn't just Luca in the lounge. Oliver was sitting on the sofa. He only glanced over at us when we came in.
Huh?
Oliver, are you okay? You don't look well.
Actually, my wound opened back up during the trial.
Ah,
Don't worry. I had the doctor examine it. But I don't want to move anymore today.
yes, Please take a long rest. You've been working nonstop all this time. Gil was watching our interaction quietly, and he cocked his head and asked, "You're not going to worry about me? Look, my clothes are all burned. See? Around here." "I did my whole life's worth of worrying about you earlier." "Hey, are you mad at me?" "Of course I'm mad. You left me. I was so scared. I thought you were dead, and I couldn't do anything but wait. I was so scared."
Gilbert, what did you do this time? Making her this angry. You should reflect on what you've done. Well, I.
"I don't know what's going on, but you messed up, didn't you, Gil? It's better if you apologize fast."
I did my duty. Isn't that too harsh? Desperate times call for desperate measures.
"You have a point." "Sorry." "I'm sorry, Gil. We don't apologize to men when they're stupid." "Oliver's right. We're allowed to be mad at you. You did a dumb." Coffee. It's our favorite. He started to pout, so I apologized. "But it's true that I was really scared. Don't ever leave me behind like that again." Gil looked at me with burning eyes and pulled me into an embrace.
Right. I will never let you go.
"Gil." Feeling his warmth like this, I could feel that he was indeed alive. Finally, I felt like I could relax. Ugh, ugh. "Hey, have you guys forgotten that we're here?"
Right. We're complete outsiders.
"No, Oliver, you get in on this too. Come here." "Come here, Oliver. We're gonna smooch you too. That's my second husband." "Wait, sis, when did you and Gil pair up? Did you corner him while I was sick?" "Luca, that's..."
That's right. You better think twice about touching her. She's mine now.
That's gross." "A man's jealousy is pretty pathetic, Gil." "Keep it up and it'll be a matter of time before she gets sick of you."
He's right.
They laughed out loud. I blushed with embarrassment, but seeing us all here like this, laughing, I felt that our struggles had truly come to an end. Listen. Others. After the incident, the casino director, Sebastiano Gallier, was handed off to the Berlin City Police and officially arrested.
You sure put up one hell of an act. But why did you do all this? I hate this town. I wanted to destroy this town, the mafia, and everything about this place. It was regrettable that they got in my way. It really is unfortunate. I was this close to crushing this town. Damn, director! You've been working hard, Marco. How is he? Has he confessed to anything? No, he's been like this the whole time. I can't even tell if he's being serious. All I know is that he's hiding something. Military police want us to hand him over. I'm sure he'll be moved to Rome soon. I figured as much. Guess we can't get to the bottom of everything, huh? Destroy this whole town. I felt that our struggles had truly come to an end. In the morning, we were having a lively breakfast and enjoying our conversation. By the way, have you finished packing? Yes, I'm mostly done. A few days after the case was closed, I was due to leave the Visconti and return to the church. But everything I have here is what Gale bought for me. He said I could take them with me, so I decided to accept his offer. Not everything will fit in the church, so I'll have to leave some things behind. Yeah, I don't mind. That room will always be yours. You can visit any time. Still, I find it unusual to see Gilbert so understanding about all of this. I was certain he was going to ask you to stay. Of course, I don't want her to leave, but I don't want to just go with the flow. I need to take responsibility, you know. Responsibility? Yeah, we can't just let this situation be the reason we live together. I'm serious about you. When the time comes, I know I have to say the right words to make that happen. Oh, Gilbert. Wait, Gil, does that mean Gilbert? I never thought you'd be so careful. Call me old fashioned. Oliver rolled his eyes, and Gil gave me a wry smile. And so, I returned to my peaceful life at the church. The times I shared with everyone would be a lasting memory, and I would never forget the lives that were irrevocably lost due to this incident. I would continue living in this town, carrying everything that happened with me. How is this a perfect ending? Let's see the after scene. The church deemed that the currency union's continued existence could be dangerous. Each country took measures to dismantle it to prevent any further abuse of its name. As a result, the Italian government moved to unify domestic currency by the next year. And so the incident welcomed a peaceful resolution. As the counterfeit money had been so well made, the existing bills continued to circulate throughout the world. The United States decided it would create a new design for the $10 bill soon. The church also deemed the incident resolved and approved Berlone's continued extraterritoriality. There were three families in Berlone: the Falzone, the Visconti, and the newly independent Lao Shu. However, the balance wasn't as tense as it was before. Although the unwritten rule, my face is itchy, of not interfering with one another remained,
There were hardly any conflicts amongst them. And so it was, with the rise of the three families of Boulogne, we welcomed the town's most peaceful era yet. After breakfast, the children surrounded me as I read them a book. My return to the church resumed the calm and happy days I had before.
シニョーレ・レッドフォードが表に
Pink,
いらしていますよ。
Signor Redford is waiting for you outside. Gil?
お姉ちゃん行っ
Oh,
ちゃう
are
の？
you leaving?
ええ、お客様です
Yes,
から。
she is. She has a
本の
visitor.
続きは私が。
I will continue reading for you. Thank you, Sister Sophia. I handed the book to her and rushed out of the dining hall. Just as Sister Sophia said, he was waiting for me in front of the church. Gil! I called his name, and he looked over at me with a chuckle. You didn't tell me you were going to come today. Is something the matter? Nah. You know how I've put you through a lot during this episode. Things are settling down at my place now, so I wanted to officially make it up to you. I came to ask you what your plans are. Oh, you don't have to do anything. Don't be like that. It was just an excuse for me to spend time with you. Will you come with me? Yes! Well, of course I'd love to. Then it's set. I'll come pick you up this afternoon. Don't forget. Okay. He got his way, and we made plans. Although I was surprised by his visit, I was honestly happy that he invited me out. The Visconti had to do a lot of damage control after the trial. They've been busy. Ever since I had returned to the church, I saw him less and less. My heart leapt to know that we had plans this afternoon. This time, the time came for Gil to pick me up. I took his hand and got in the car. Gil brought me back to the Visconti manor. He led me into a room where the maids were waiting for me. Huh? What's... The maids began to get me dressed without giving any explanation. They had me put on the dress that was waiting for me. This dress! There's a nice dress we bought the other day. I think it's the crimson one with embroidery. I told the maids that I didn't want to wear it because it exposed my shoulders. But they simply smiled and gave me a shawl to wear before handing me off to Gil. Gil led me back to the car, and we departed the manor. I asked Gil where we were going, but he wouldn't tell me. He told me it was a surprise. Gil brought me to a room at a Regal hotel. Sir, what are you doing? The room was filled with extravagant items of luxury. This room is incredible. It had a different aura from the Falzone and Visconti manors, and my eyes grew wide. You made me wear this dress so we could come here? It's such a surprise. I really wanted you to wear it, just as I thought. It suits you well. But why? Don't you know the saying? A man gifts a woman clothes that he wants to take off. I knew it. You dirty man. I could feel my face burning. I kind of regretted asking him. But, If I come home too late, the people at the church will worry about me. The sun had already set. I needed to think about when I was going to return.
今夜は返さね
You're not going back tonight.
What?
Before I knew it, Gil had picked me up.
Gil?
He quietly carried me over to the bedroom of the suite and dropped me on the big bed.
Oh,
As I fell onto the bed, my shawl slipped off my shoulders and my mark was exposed. I froze with embarrassment, but Gil looked at me and spoke in a low
え
voice.
前に俺が言ったこと
Do you remember what I told you before?
全てが片付いたら
When this is all over.
yes.
全てが片付いたら
Once this is all over, then
そのあんたに
can I be closer to
もっ
you?
と触れてもいいか
But wait, Gil, this dress.
いいんだ
It's fine.
It'll get wrinkled.
いいんだって
I said it's fine. Gil's fingers traced the contours of my body, gliding slowly over my skin.
Ah!
His fingertips gently reached the mark on my chest. He looked down and spoke in a sweet voice.
綺麗だ
You're beautiful.
Gil, I'm embarrassed.
隠すなよ
Don't hide yourself. Show me. All of you. I love you. Pink.
Gil. Then, show me yourself too.
I looked at Gil's hidden left eye and reached my fingers up to his patch. Gil understood what I meant, and he gave a small sigh.
見て楽しいもんじゃねえぞ
This one's not fun to look at.
Even so, I want to know everything about you.
All right. I looked at the painful scar that appeared from under his eye patch. He showed his whole face to me for the first time, and I felt such dear love for him. All the burdens he endured until now, and the burdens he'll carry from now on. I wonder if I can help him carry them all. It wasn't as though I wasn't worried. However, Gil was here in front of me. I looked into his eyes and answered clearly. I love you, Gil.
俺もだ
Me too.
心から
I want you more than anything.
これから先も
Now and forever.
俺と生きてくれ
Live with me. He whispered it, half like a wish, as he gently stole my lips. In a future with Gil, there would be far greater dreams than fears. Gil walked further ahead, but always stopped to turn around and take my hand. I wanted to keep walking with him, never letting him go. "1925 was coming to an end. Beginning in 1926, all of Italy unified under their currency, but behind the scenes, there were truths unknown to the public. This was our story in an unforgettable era.
Oh, it's so cute. What a good end.
So I still have to get the bad end And then the tragic end. Oh, look, the final route has been unlocked. So there is a secret character ending. There is a secret character who I did know about because I have played this game before. Um, I don't remember all of it, like I said. I've been insisting this from like the very first time I played this on stream. I don't remember a lot of this game. Just parts and bits and pieces.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye, YouTube.